Hello everyone, and welcome back to PokePaint, the series where I draw Fakemon for my fan-made Pokemon region, Fore. This time we're going to tackle the 5th gym, the Electric type gym. With that we have 2 Pokemon lines, one a completely new 3-stage line that will act as our gym leader's ace, as well as our first redo of a Pokemon that I've done already, that in hindsight I'm not super happy with. I'll start off with our newest Pokemon though. A staple of most Pokemon generations is the Mimic Pokemon, the one that disguises itself as a Pokeball in the overworld, just to start a battle with it when you pick it up. These being Pokemon like the Voltorb line, the Fungus line, and the newest Galarian Stunfisk. So I'm pretty confident I can make a strong line based on this idea using Pobugs as a base. The first form, Pobug, is a pure electric type. I went back and forth on whether I wanted to make it a multi-type Pokemon, either Bug or Electric, or Steel or Electric, or just Mono-Electric. However, when looking back on the Pokedex for Fore, I really do need some more Mono-types, so I went with just Electric. It took me a really long time to get this one right, with 3 whole versions before I was happy with it. Pobug, the Pokeball Pokemon. This little electric-type Pokemon is a shell that perfectly mimics a Pokeball in size, shape, and color, even down to the markings on the front of its head that it partially conceals when it rolls up. These Pokemon are found all over the Fore region. If a trainer mistakes this Pokemon for a dropped Pokeball and disturbs it, they are in for a shocking discovery. So, sort of half explained in the last Dex entry, I think the searching mechanic for this Pokemon will be that you can only find it as a sort of chance encounter when picking up a Pokeball as you go along. And maybe if you capture or defeat Pobug, you would get like the loot that you would have gotten in the regular Pokeball. A logical evolution concept in my mind has always been a Pokemon that follows the progression of the Pokeball strengths, going from Pokeball to Great Ball to Ultra Ball. And with one exception that I've seen in this line by subjectively based on armadillos, this concept seems to be a wholly unused one, at least officially anyway. Pobug, the Great Ball Pokemon, the evolved form of Pobug. Similarly to its predecessor, this Pokemon's shell coincidentally formed to look exactly like a Great Ball. Its demeanor, however, is far more outgoing than Pobug. This is most likely due to their considerable strength boost. When I was designing U-Bug, the final form, I was showing my sketches around to some of my friends, and one of them suggested that I should make a Mega Evolution that's based on a Master Ball, which is seriously such a good idea. I'm so upset I didn't come up with that myself. So I think that I'll do that at some point down the line when I design like half a dozen or so Megas, which actually, speaking of which, if you want to see a specific Mega Evolution Pokemon, either one of mine or one of the main series ones that doesn't have a Mega and you think needs one, then leave that in the comments below. It'll be probably a while until I make them, but I'll definitely take any considerations into account. U-Bug, the Ultra Ball Pokemon, and the evolved form of Pobug. When disturbed, the small but powerful Pokemon let out a vicious attack. The electric shocks from U-Bug are said to be worse than a Beedrill's sting. Fair warning, when picking up Ultra Balls and out in the wild of Fore, If it ends up being a U-bug, there are most likely others nearby, and they have a tendency to swarm. So even though I'm very happy with the Pokédex so far, a small handful of my designs I am sort of dissatisfied with. One of those we will be redoing today, and it's the evolved form of our Route 1 rodent, Elektra. It took me a long time to get Thumpig right in the first video I did with these, and I think that's why it's one of my favorites. However, I can't really say the same about Elektra. It just didn't come out the way I wanted the first time, and I think that's because I put myself on a bit of a time crunch, and just I didn't put the same amount of care into it. I came up with the final form and I thought that's close enough, and I just went with it. But after a few months of having to stare at it at the top of the Pokédex and rework this second version, I feel like I got a lot closer to my original imagining. I like it much better. Elektra, the capybara Pokemon in the evolved form of Thumpig. Elektra are the tallest common rodent Pokemon discovered to date. Being taller than most fully grown humans, they don't really make great pets on properties without a lot of wide open land. On their own, they can often get quite lazy because they discharge electricity when they run, which means they can get sick if not led into an active lifestyle. By putting an Elektra on a giant wheel and dangling a treat in front of it to make it run, owners both keep their Pokemon healthy and can generate enough electricity to power a small family household. So there we go, we have 3, well, I guess technically 4 new Pokemon to add to the Pokédex. Now for our gym leader and the gym badge. I had a pretty clear design idea for both of these. I think it really shows in the end, as I think they're some of the strongest designs in this category. This gym leader's name is very creatively Elektra, and my idea for this design was just to make some sort of electrician. Sort of along the lines of Clement from Pokemon X and Y. The circuit badge I actually drew like way before the last episode even came out, because I just all of a sudden knew exactly what I wanted it to look like, and I'm glad I drew it then because it's like my favorite badge so far. Now back to our Pokemon journey. After having defeated Gym Leader Warren in Big Bite Town, we have a choice between the next 3 gyms that we can go to: Fire, Ghost, or Electric. Now, where on Earth do you think I would go for next? Passing north through the bulk of the open sea zone, we passed the deepest part of the Troporian Ocean, Trench Nemo. But as we don't have the TM for dive, we're going to skip that part for now. It's now that we pass into the bay on Tourmaline Island, based on Tortola, the most populated island in the British Virgin Islands, home to the largest town, Road Town. The Pokemon World equivalent is the biggest city of the Tropor region, and home to the Electric-type gym, a city that I very creatively called Elektra City. Get it? I'm seriously surprised that the Pokemon Company didn't come up with that joke first, with how on the nose the town names usually are. Anyways, we have some story beats in the city, but not really until after the gym battle. After surfing through the great multi-dock harbor of Elektra City, and up a few blocks north, we arrive at the gym. The gym trainers here use Pokemon from the Thumpig line, Electric, Nixalecki, Magnemite, Pobug, and the Pikachu line. The gym puzzle would be this weird sort of mix between the puzzles of the Vermilion City Gym and the Nimbasa City Gyms, where you sort of have to activate these giant circuits in the correct order to make these tracks for a single cart roller coaster. After activating it correctly and fighting all the trainers, riding up the roller coaster over a giant climactic drop, we come to the gym leader, Elektra. After some little banter about how you have to engineer every aspect of your Pokemon battle strategy beforehand in order to be successful, the battle begins. Elektra has 4 Pokemon, including her first Pokemon, Magnemite. At level 28, with the ability Analytic, Magnemite's attack stat will be boosted in case you end up being faster than it. Its moveset consists of Spark for stab, Thunder Wave to leave you unable to move in your paralysis, Magnet Bomb as a powerful steel-type move that will never miss, and finally Light Screen to reduce your damage output for it and its comrades in case you disable her first Pokemon. Her second Pokemon is the massive Elektra at level 30, with the ability Volt Absorb. I'd warn you not to hit it with any electric-type moves, lest it heal itself with their charge. Its main stab is Thunder Fang, followed by Dig for coverage, Thunder Wave to inflict paralysis, and Takedown. Even though Elektra will take recoil, this devastating move will be sure to fizzle out any progress that you can make. Her next Pokemon is her level 28 Gelectric, with the ability Cursed Body. Any move that you land has a 30% chance of becoming disabled. Its stab move Zingzap has a chance of making you flinch, and should its Thunder Wave inflict a paralysis, its Hex move will hit you with boosted damage. And finally, Wrap will keep you on the battlefield and continuously inflict damage as the battle rages on. If you bring her down to her last Pokemon, she'll comment that she can really see your spark for battling, but you need to do a little more to defeat her. And that's when she sends out her level 33 U-Bug. With the ability Shell Armor, you are unable to score a critical hit. With the move Charge, it can build up its electric move's power and discharge it with its stab attack, Discharge. Protect to protect itself from your attacks. I feel like this moveset is very straightforward, and Bug Buzz for coverage. If you can manage to neutralize her most powerful Pokemon, she will reward you with the Circuit Badge. She also gifts you with the TM for Thunder Wave, because of course she does, and probably the HM for Dive too. Just trust me, we'll probably need that later. And although you defeated the gym leader and earned her badge, your ordeal in Elektra City ain't over yet. Stepping foot outside of the gym, you find that over the course of your gym battle, the city harbor has been overtaken by Team C's. Quick side note, I was actually thinking of changing the name for Team C's. It both doesn't really have much of a ring to it, and also the real-life Team C's is a pretty good movement, so I was thinking of naming it, I don't know, Team Black Flag as sort of like a pirate's Black Flag. I don't really like that name either, though, so please feel free to come up with a name and leave that in the comments below, because I'm sort of struggling with this one. Anyway, the city harbor has been completely blocked off by two massive pirate ships, and the city is under lockdown. After a few battles against Team Black Flag's Pokemon, like Koyabra, Osirit, Probido, and Duopant, a familiar face shows up. Your brother, Tai, tailed by a powerful-looking mystery person behind him that you've never seen before. Along with Elektra, who followed you out of the gym, the four of you come to the conclusion that this must be the work of Team Black Flag's team leader. This mystery person explains that their leader is most likely searching for an important relic in the museum in the nearby Callow town, and therefore shut the whole island down so he wouldn't have a problem making his escape. Elektra explains to you that for years, the team leader of Team C's has been waging war on the inhabitants of this region in a bid to gain ultimate control over it. Tai then formulates his plan that while they fight off the team here to free the city, you should cut across the island up Route 7 to cut off the evil team leader before he can escape. Yes, that's a pretty contrived way to force you to explore the biggest island in the region, but hey, it works. And that's where we'll leave off today. A few things before we head out. User Bateman Socklet, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, asked if I had any plans to make the Trapor region, and by extension Pokemon Abyss and Expanse, do a real Pokemon fan game. Unfortunately, the answer is I'm god-awful at programming. Trust me, I tried it for a year in high school. Let's just say I didn't pass one or more of those classes. That's not to say that I wouldn't love to see this concept become real one day, so if anyone's out there who's crazy enough to want to, I give you full permission to make this game. I'd know I'd play it on the channel. Anyways, here's my updated team. Please leave yours in the comments below, along with any Pokemon suggestions that you have for the future. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, then subscribe, and turn on the bell to get notified when I upload next.